Women's war has its own colors, its own smells, its own lighting, and its own range of feelings, its own words. There are no heroes and incredible feats. There are simply people who are busy doing inhumanly human things. The Unwomanly Face of War is a documentary written by a Belarusian author and Nobel laureate Svetlana Alexievich. The book is a collection of the voices of 500 women that the author herself interviewed with, spending years. During the World War II, these women from Soviet Union were not only victims, but also soldiers who fought in the battlefield with men. Over 7 years in the late 1970s and early 80s, she interviewed women snipers, pilots, doctors, partisans who served on the front line, and also laundresses, cooks, telephone operators, and engine drivers who backed them up. Some women lost their husbands or lovers in the war. Others are still suffering from nightmares, even decades after the war, remembering the time when they were tortured or shot the enemies with their own hands. There were mothers who got insane after their children were killed in front of them in a savage way. The nurses who had to cut down the limbs of the patients. In their youth, they were never allowed to smile, dress up, go to school, love somebody, have a dream, look at beautiful things that take their breath away. Even after the war, their pains continued. Many of these women had to hide the fact that they went to the war. Some got insults such as, "You went to the war as prostitutes and had fun, didn't you?" Their voices were silenced. Many women couldn't be brave enough to open their hearts, give birth to babies, or get married. Born in 1948, Alexievich had never experienced war. I think it must be tough work to interview with hundreds of women scarred by the war. I imagine sometimes women couldn't stop tears or didn't find any words to describe their feeling, their sorrow, or the cruelness of what happened to them. She had completed the book partly because she is a female author who feels their pain together, shed tears together, listened to them patiently until the women open their heart little by little. I believe Alexievich is a writer who has empathy. The Unwomanly Face of War has been made into comic books in Japan, which are read by many young people. Also, last December, I read an impressive novel about Russian young female snipers. The book is written by a Japanese author titled "Comrade Girl, Shoot Your Enemy." The book broke my heart. When I was reading it, I thought, oh no, 80 years ago, there was a terrible war. We must never make it happen again. How could I have imagined the current situation? Now it is happening. Why are innocent people being killed every day? In times like this, we must not give up hope, but continue to seek what we can do now. Because we know we are not useless, we will continue to pray. Last but not least, let me pay my respect to Alexievich for releasing a joint statement to criticize Russia's aggression to Ukraine. Her bravery reminds me of one proverb: "The pen is mightier than the sword." I believe the power of words have more influence on people than military forces or violence. Thank you for listening.